Journal entry August 13th. August 13th, 2026. So let me find, where is August 13th on here? Okay. Now, I'm going to have to release a separate video for something wild. The Lord has really trusted me with an important mission. And maybe there's a lot of other people out there with an important mission too. But as more and more time goes by, I think like maybe I signed up for something that's a little more challenging, I don't know. But let's see. Well, actually, I'm going to start at the end of August 12th. It was a planet alignment. There was a ton of rain. Um, I don't even know what I've written here. Something about my neighbor. I don't know. I must have missed something. Day shelter. Shelter. Okay, I just wrote like a few words thinking I would remember what it was, and now I have no idea what I wrote. Eat, do laundry. I can't do laundry. Why is laundry on here? I have a broken washing machine. I guess I hung some clothes outside on the fence, and I thought, but last time I tried to do that, they got dirtier, so. Okay. I watched a video on YouTube with one of the pastors, and the pastor said Christmas in August. This is the second time I've heard this, so let's hope not the Satan Claus part, but let's hope this is Restoration Month. They can rebrand God's Jubilee year as Christmas if they want, but like then they have Christmas in July. That didn't work, so now they're like Christmas is in August. Well, they can try all they want, but it's God's timeline. It's not Odin or Thor's or it's not Grandma Jesus. It's not any of your fake gods. It's not any of the fallen angels that you worship. It's not any of the witches and warlocks that you bow down to. Let's see. But I do hope that it is. I've heard about restoration this month. I do hope so. It better be. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, Satanists. Oh. Okay, so I stayed home. Because of the weather, I stayed home. So I made a video on August 12th, and I'm like, I don't know what to do today. And so it was raining. I stayed home, and I did some online sleuthing. And I didn't necessarily mean to, but I just go to like social media, and then I actually saw a video on YouTube, and I wanted to comment on it. There was a religious comment I needed to post, and the comments were disabled on YouTube. So I went over to Facebook where I was able to comment. And then I just see a bunch of connections. I see the people in red. I see the covens. I see the Satanists. I see the Satanists networking with the pastors. I see them all wearing red. I see what churches they go to. There's multiple. Now I have drawn connections here. God is showing me what is going on. So while I stayed home, August 12th, I found out some things. So I found out some of the Satanists that are trying to get me that I didn't even know about. And then, because they were trying to contact a pastor. And then I saw the pastor with the coven all wearing red. And then, then I saw, so this man was trying to get a hold of the pastor. He was clearly a Satanist, and he had blood on a tree in his picture. And it was some ritual. And then his girlfriend, and then just clicking. I don't even mean to, like, it was just right there. So I'm like, I'll click this. And then I find out, so basically, this man that was trying to get a hold of the pastor, he was a warlock. He was a male witch. I found out that he had a grandma witch that had died. He had like another relative that had died, which is like the grandma witch, and they're all dying at about the same time, and they're dying because they're trying to get me, and they fail. And I have never heard of them. I don't know anything about them. I just hear that they've died. Well, like the woman that invited me to the Full Gospel Church, she is a high level witch that can do astral projection and high level magic, and she's kind of silly. And I kind of like her too, but she just tries to kill me. Anyways, this witch came to an event I was going to invite me to her church, thinking she would be able to kill me. And then I look at their Facebook page and I see why. They had a member that used to go to their church. There was another grandma witch that just died, and she was from that small town, and when she was a kid, she went to that church, and it was on their Facebook page. This woman had died the month before, so then this witch, who was probably her friend, came to invite me so that they could take care of me. And then, this is like probably a 20-something, maybe 30-year-old man who was a Satanist. And he had a grandma witch that just died a couple months ago. And I looked up the eulogy, and they were staying in the same city. And I found the church that they go to. I see the church they're going to. And then I click on that. And then so there's a church they're invited to, and there's a city they're going to. And they're also going to another city, which is where my father is going to visit. So it just so happens that this warlock, I'm seeing all the connections. They've got networks of witches and warlocks. They're going to another city in Ohio. And there was a church that they go to. I clicked on it and I found something there. And then there's another city they're going to. My father just called me a couple days ago, and yesterday he went down. So this is out of state. This is someplace in Kentucky. He is going. He called to let me know he was invited to go out of state before he gets any money for the house. And this is a bad idea. So he's probably working with them. He's probably complicit. But like I kind of think like he does try to help me, but maybe he doesn't at all. Maybe he's only on the side of evil. I don't know. Because well, I told him they might try to kill you and have him sign your will over to them. Well, there's two options. It's either that, or he really is completely against me. And is part of the group that is trying to take me out. So I don't know. But anyways, he's going to Kentucky. And so this man that was just trying to get a hold of the pastor was also sent to get me. And his grandma witch, I don't know if it was like his mother-in-law or something, I forget. But I just saw this yesterday. Had just died a couple months ago. And he was really upset. And she probably died because she was trying to take me out. Well, then I see there are connections. There is church. So it says places recently visited. And it's this place, this other city in Ohio, and this church there. And then it's something in Kentucky that it says he's been going there repeatedly. And that is where my father is going to. And that is where one of my daughters, who is a narcissist, is going to meet up. So something, they are planning big to get me. I'm trying to think. I probably should release this video. Maybe I'll hold on to it for a while. But then they have several posts. Now, they are clearly Satanists, but they're attending church. There's also a Universal Unitarian Church I have not been to yet, but it's actually ran by witches. It's full of grandma witches. And actually, one of the women who was there, maybe she runs a church. She's younger, but she's a witch. So it's actually a church for witches. But this church actually kind of looked like it was mainstream, conforming to the world, and it wasn't a witch church. But it's for everybody, gang members and stuff, to come in. And then also just regular people. So, I was looking at their pictures. And this is the honest to God's truth. I never heard of the National Day of Prayer. I never heard of the National Day of Prayer. But I went to the church website and I was looking at their pictures. And I clicked next, and then I see there is a picture of me. And it's not a photograph. It's like a painting. It's a painting, and that is me in the painting. So, the 2022 National Day of Prayer. So if I turn this way, maybe I'm good looking. People think so, but I also look kind of silly too. Anyways, I don't look like anyone else. Nobody else looks like me. So, like if I'm riding my bike, then my hair is back like this. Well, anyways, my picture. Um, um, it was me. So it was the National Day of Prayer 2022. They had a logo made. And so this was something that was made by Joe Biden. It was their 70th National Day of Prayer in 2022. So that's 2, 2, 2. That's 3 twos. And it was, I think it was March 7th, 2022. I don't know if I wrote that down. January, February, March. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. But let's say January, February, March is a 3. And if it's the 7th, that's a 10. Well, I don't know. I don't even know if that's, maybe it was March 5th. Maybe it was March 5th. I don't remember. But this was something the president did this. And it was President Joe Biden. So he's JB. It was National Day of Prayer 2022. And they had one logo for this whole year. And it's got 4 people in a half circle. It's like Power Rangers. And it's the National Prayer Task Force. Right in the front is me. So there are 4 people praying. So National Day of Prayer Task Force that was commissioned by President Joe Biden. Their 70th National Day of Prayer. There was a proclamation, and they celebrated this in Washington. I don't remember all the specifics because I just looked at it. They had a realistic logo that was painted. So maybe it was AI. I don't know. But it looked like it was hand painted and it was realistic. And so there was a half circle of the National Team Prayer Force. It was 4 people. I was in the front. That was me. It was me, and then behind 4 of us was Archangel Michael's sword. Archangel Michael is the one that told me not to get a job. And he had that sword when I saw him. So he was in the background with the sword, and the sword's going down. And so there is me, and next to me is a blonde man, and behind, in the next, so it's like a half circle. Then there is a black man, and then there's what looks like a Southeast Asian woman. maybe Cambodian, or I don't know. I couldn't tell. Um, so there was four. So I don't really know what ethnicity I am. I really don't. Like maybe white and Native American. Because I don't know that my parents are my parents. I think it was surrogacy. But then there was a blonde man, there was a black man, and there was a tanned Asian woman. And so these are, so nobody can claim, I couldn't tell what ethnicity the woman was. Um, but if these are the four, like, prayer warriors, I don't know who is who. So maybe there's four people. Maybe there's four people. Three others like me. I don't know. I don't know what this means. But I know in that picture, it was me. No one else looks like me. And this is not the face you would pick to put, like, you would not paint that, okay? What I'm saying is, it looked kind of silly. There, it couldn't be anyone else. I looked at it and immediately I knew it was me. So somebody could see in the spirit, or somebody was in a looking glass. Somebody used some type of technology, and this was Joe Biden. They knew who I was in 2022. I didn't even know. I was ready to retire. In 2022, I didn't know that I would be here now with no one. So I was in that picture right in the front. And so there was four people in the picture. There was four people in the picture. And so the black man was wearing like kind of like green, and the Asian woman, she was wearing maybe like white or light yellow, but my outfit was red. So I had like long sleeves that were red and like a skirt that was red, and the flag was going over, so I was like kneeling down praying, and the flag was going over my knees. So I'm in the front, the flag is going over my knees, and then there's the stripes. So my outfit is red, and then the blue part with the stars is on my knees, and then right past that is red and white stripes that looks like blood. And then it says below, at the top it says something, and then at the bottom it says a Bible verse, and it says like established for us or something. Established us is the Bible verse. So there's my knees in the picture. The flag is on my knees, and then right where it turns to red and white is right next to my legs. Like I am bleeding. And right where the flag is, there's the word established, and then, so on my outfit, the text is going across, and then right next to the outfit, on where it looks like blood, it says shed and us. So this is another confirmation, is the Lord has told me that I am Christ. In this picture, they put, it was me in front. I was wearing red, and the flag looked like I was bleeding, and it said shed and us after that. And then there was another man next to me that was wearing white. So like I was the one bleeding, because the other people weren't wearing red. But there was four of us, and there was Archangel Michael in the back with his sword. So anyways, I found this out, and this was through clicking on a devil worshiper sent to get me, who actually really now wants to come after me because one of his relatives died because she tried to take me out. And then I clicked the church she went to, and then they had this picture, this logo from the National Day of Prayer on the church's website. So I just go through all these, and then I find that they go to this church, and they also went to this other city that now my father's going to meet my daughter. And so it's just like putting all these pieces together. And I found something else today out too. So, but if it is Christmas in August, so yeah, that was my face that was painted. This was something that looked like it was commissioned. It was painted, and it was me. And I've not seen anyone else in my entire life that looks like that. Anyways, Okay, now I'm gonna do. Now I'm gonna do August 13th. No, maybe I'll just do a separate video because I'll probably do a because now I gotta blow my nose, and because I just talked about this. This is what God revealed to me yesterday: is that this national task force, it was commissioned by Joe Biden. He signed off on it, and they had a gathering at the White House, and their logo had me, and it wasn't me in the back; it was me right in the front, and I was red and I was bleeding. And so, yeah, that's nice. That's real nice. So when you plead the blood of Jesus, be careful what you're asking for. You don't know what you're asking for. Um. So, anyways, anyways, I guess I will. I guess I'll come back. This is what you can look this up too. And there's a higher resolution picture on their Facebook page, but you have to scroll way down, and you'll see they've got a ton of pictures, but most of them it's just like it's a solid color, maybe has a little flower. It's nothing special. But then in 2022, they had a picture with people in it. Most of their pictures, maybe they might have a stock photo here and there, but they had it was me, and it wasn't a stock photo. Somebody painted it like they were remote viewing. So wow. I want to meet. Where's the three others? Where are you guys? I want to meet these people. um, maybe they would be able to understand. Maybe they would know. Maybe they would know what I'm going through. Maybe they've done. Maybe they're going through it too. But anyways, I'm gonna post that picture. Or I'll put a link. I'll put a link to that. Yeah, it's me. It's definitely me.